What's up, guys? I didn't know I pressed live, and Alexa was still we were still jamming out, but anyway, we're good now, and happy Friday. How's everyone doing today? We got Noog in here in Germany, and I had to ask him what's going on in Germany, and dinner's ready. That's so crazy. That is so crazy to me that I just had breakfast and Noog is having dinner. But yeah, what are you guys up to this weekend? We got any plans? You guys gonna do anything fun? I'm gonna pull up the stream. God, it sounds so quiet now that the music's not playing. Oh, hold on, hold on. We gotta. Sorry, I gotta poke around and do a couple things. We had a bike school video just went live, but we did not have a thumbnail on it yet. Oh my God, rookie mistake, rookie mistake. So I just had to make the bike school live video not public until we get a thumbnail on there. But anyway, I'm going to pull up the lives just so that I can see it on my screen. Oh, that's cool. I can add a marker to the stream in here, and then how crazy. And then I can like I guess capture, it says capture moments as it happens. That's kind of cool. Oh, there's me talking. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna shout everyone out. Whoever we got in here as whoever's in here, we're gonna shout everyone out. You guys know the drill. Put in your questions if you have any questions. If not, I'm just gonna have to find something to ramble about. And we got the rain today instead of the bang because there's only one flavor. There's two flavors of bang that I like, and it's the Star Blast is my favorite. Like I'll drink that every single day forever. And then if I can't find Star Blast, I'll drink cotton candy. Well, I haven't been able to find Star Blast, so I've been trying to find I haven't been able to find Star Blast, so I've been drinking the cotton candy version, and it's not very good. So then I found this rain, and I don't like rain particularly, but it's rainbow sherbet, and it's okay. It's okay. So I bought a case of it because I don't know when I'll be able to find Bang again. Now, the reason I don't like rain is because they're owned by Monster, right? So Monster owns Rain, and when Bang came out with Bang, Monster sued them for false advertising because Bang said that they had potent brain and body fuel, and Monster sued them, and they're like, that's false advertising. They don't have potent brain and body fuel. And then what Monster did, then Monster came out with Rain. So like they clearly just sued them because Bang was doing such a good job at capturing the energy drink market. And then they started Rain. I was like, that's kind of sketchy. But anyway, so that's what we're doing today. Rain instead of Bang. And okay. Who do we have in here? We're gonna shout everyone out. First, we got Noog, is our friend from Germany, and he's a little early. And we got Stuart, our bike mechanic expert, in the chat. Then we got Dougster Bob. What do you guys think about the new profile picture? I'm not sure that I like it. I might change it, but I was watching this guy. I'm gonna get in. Well, it should be here today. A microphone so that this isn't in my face. It's a different mic. It'll sit out here, and I think it'll work good. I don't know, but I watched a million microphone review videos before I finally ordered one, and I didn't even order a very good one. But I was like, I'm not going to spend $500 on a freaking microphone. But anyway, one of the guys I watched for the reviews had a profile picture like that, where he he's like in the circle, but then his head's popping out. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I want to copy that. So I absolutely did copy it. You guys got to let me know what you think. Anyway, we got Noog, we got Just That Channel. What's up, Just That Channel? You're always in here. I like it. We got Jared. Jared is a member. There's a join button below the screen. You can click that join button, and it's a monthly subscription that you pay. I've got some exclusive videos on the way for the members. I really want to tell you guys about it because I just spent an hour and a half on the phone with a bike shop, and that's going to be one of the exclusive videos, is that whole thing, and it's going to happen with, anyway, I can't tell you yet, but I really want to, because it was such an exciting thing. It was so much fun. It was really exciting. But anyway, if you want to be a member like Jared and get the exclusive videos and the cool custom emojis, I don't know, let's see, this is a custom emoji, that's my face. And anyway, Jared, I always appreciate Jared. Jared's always here. And he says I got to make it to Anthem tomorrow. What is going on in Anthem tomorrow, Jared? Tempting. That's really tempting, because I don't have much going on. I got back from Montana and I don't have to work yet, I guess. I don't know. I told my work I was back and haven't gotten scheduled. I'm not too concerned about it. So I am free tomorrow. Maybe I should just bop over to Phoenix. We got Beegzot. What's up, Beegzot? You're always in here too. Lucas used to always be in here, and then he got YouTube famous and quit hanging out with us. Just kidding. What's up, Lucas? Lucas, it's always good to have you in the chat, man. Lucas is a shredder. He's progressing really fast. It's really sick. Stuart is hooked on the Monster Ultra Watermelon. The Ultra flavors are pretty decent. What do you think about the Paradise one? That's the light green. I think that one's half decent. And there's zero sugar. That's why, like, if you guys remember the last stream where I was all shaky and I'm like, I'm diabetic. These don't have any sugar, and neither does Bang. So that's mostly, I mean, I drink them because of that. Plus, they have 1,000,000 grams of caffeine, which keeps me going all the time. Okay, Stuart's talking about he landed drop tooth over a spine to fakie. And I'm not sure what that would be exactly, a drop tooth over the spine to fakie, but that sounds very exciting. And where I'm going with this is I want you guys to throw your new learns in the chat. Have you guys learned anything new this week, last week, today? And if you have, what is it? I also, maybe that's what I'll do on this stream today, because there's only like 8 people right now. I might go through and show you guys the bike I'm going to build. That might be kind of fun. We can go through that and show you. Somebody's always bugging me on my comments to do a bike check, and it's like, bro, it's back there. Okay, hold on. That is a Sun Rhinolite rim, both Sun Rhinolite rims. They're cheap, they're light, they're not very good. Profile Mini Hub, Colony, no, these are R32 forks, Colony Sweet Tooth frame, S&M Enduro stem, Colony Biomech bars, grips from Jared, and Profile cranks that are really old. I got off a secondhand bike in England. Profile spline drive sprocket, Eclat pedals from Jared, Profile mini hubs front and back, and Demolition Momentum tires. There's probably 30 tie spokes on here, and the rest are normal. And then, like, these are all this back wheel is a disaster. I changed all the spokes and it creaks like crazy. It creaks really, really bad. So anyway, that's the bike check. I know it wasn't very, very enthusiastic, but this thing's like 3, 4, 5 years old, and it's falling apart. It's not really falling apart. Like, it's still good. I'd ride it forever. I think the only thing I'd want to change soon would be cranks. But I'm gonna order a new bike, do a custom build video, and kind of talk about that. And so maybe we can go over the stuff that I'm gonna order. I don't know. That could be kind of fun. What do you guys think? Oh, Stuart said he landed the drop tooth, and then he explained what it was. He said, where you hook your front wheel over the spine and lock your peg bit of a T-bog mention, then hop out and fakie. Man, that sounds crazy. I don't even know what's going on. Bicky, Blicky for Slump says, fit sleeper bars on a Sabrosa, let him. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I think there's nothing really wrong with putting any, once you buy your complete bike, the aftermarket parts are just going to make it way better, pretty much regardless of which brand you go with. Now, Mission, Salt, um, whatever, the lower tier brands are going to be just a teeny tiny step better than your complete bike parts. Um, and then why am I commenting as oh, that's crazy. YouTube always does this. It puts me on a different, on like my personal channel and not my actual channel. I just noticed that I commented as Douglas Laird and not as anyway, whatever. I keep getting distracted. But what I was saying, Blicky, sorry, what I was saying is that when you put, say, fit aftermarket bars on your Sabrosa bike, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's going to be, those fit bars are going to last a lot longer than the Sabrosa bars that came with it. So that's my 2 cents. I'm going to annoy everyone on my email list and tell them that we're live right now. While I do that, did you guys get a chance to download the app? Because finally, after a long time of, oh my God, after a long time of messing with it, I got it on the App Store. It was really cheap and easy to do it on the Google Play Store. But on the App Store, it was not so cheap and easy, and it was a big headache. But I posted a video kind of explaining how to use it to find your bike. Now, you guys who already have a bike, you're not really going to get any value out of it. But you guys who are still looking for your bike, or if you have friends that are looking for your bike, I think it's helpful. Maybe I'm biased, and I want you, what I want from you guys is I want you to check it out and let me know how I can make it better, because I think it's pretty good, but it can always be better. And so you guys, what's this white on my face? You guys can let me know, and that would be very helpful for me. And yeah, so hold on, let me send this email real quick. Doo-doo-doo. Sounds so quiet in here. It's weird. Okay, literally give me 5 seconds. I'm sending it right now. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to imagine by now there should be some people with some questions. Okay, the Anthem Skate Park used to be no bikes allowed. They built a second park, a street plaza, and a pump track next to it, and they're lifting the bike restriction. Oh, that's rad. That is pretty rad. So it's going to be a pretty big bike session out there, huh? I mean, I imagine people still Anthem Skate Park. Because you're talking about in Phoenix. I didn't know there was an Anthem Park in Phoenix. Because there's Anthem in Vegas, but huh. Anthem, Arizona. That's pretty cool. Ooh, this looks fun. Anyway, that might be a fun trip. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing tomorrow. That's kind of a random thing, but um ew, Stort says that he doesn't like the Ultra Paradise because it tastes like it has bits in it. Well, I like it. What's up, Glossy? How you doing, man? We got Glossy here. Um the Shadow Old Odin Stim and the Skeletor Purple. Can't wait to slap it on. What else were you buying, Jared? Was it the green tires? Did you end up buying the green tires or no? Okay, this looks like a good question, and here we go. Sigma Ghost Zero says, "Hi Dougster, I'm 5'6" and currently riding a 21-inch top tube, but soon buying a new frame. Would you recommend a 20.5 with a 75-degree head tube angle, or a 20.75 with a 75.5-degree head tube angle? I want to keep the wheelbase smallish." Um, where you're already riding a 21, so normally what I would say is that you should be more comfortable on a 20.5. Generally, just based off the cookie cutter size guide, the 20.5 is going to be better for you. The 20.75 will probably be more comfortable because you're already used to riding a 21 inch. So going from a 21 inch to a 20.5 will feel like a pretty drastic change, whereas just stepping down to a 20.75 won't feel as drastic, and you'll get the benefits of a smaller frame, which you need, making the bike easier to control, but it won't feel so uncomfortable because it's not such a big jump. And the 75-degree head tube angle, you're right, will shorten up that wheelbase, or 75.5, by half a degree, which makes that front end a little more snappy, makes it a little more responsive. But so yeah, I'd say probably the 20.75 is going to be best for you, just again, because you're already riding the 21 and it's going to be just a small step back. But what you also need to remember that let's see, so if 20.5 is the perfect size for you, riding a 20.25 is still, it's okay for you. It's going to make the bike feel a lot easier to control. And so that's what you want to do if you ride really like, what's the word, like abusive on the bike, like lots of snappy spit, like you just want to be in complete control of the bike. Whereas if you go from 20.5 to 20.75, again, that's going to be good for you. It's just on the bigger end, so that bike's going to feel more stable, it's going to feel more controlled, it's going to feel less responsive. But then the 20 point no, the 75.5 head tube angle can bring it in and change that a little bit. But I just need to pull it up on screen because it doesn't really make too much sense the way I mean, to me, as I'm describing it, I know what I'm trying to say, but okay, let's see. I gotta just pull it up and explain it because that'll make a little bit more sense. So hold on. Okay. So basically right here, this is the size guide. Okay. And would you say you're 5'6"? Watch me be completely wrong. Okay, yeah, no, okay, 5'6" to 5'9". 20.5, see, so 20.5 is right here in the middle because this is the average, the good size for you, right? It's going to balance stability with responsiveness. Boom. And so what I was saying is if you go from that size, which is quote unquote perfect for you, and you drop down to 20.25, it's going to make it easier to maneuver, right? It's going to be really responsive and snappy. And if you move up to 20.75, it's going to feel good going high and fast because it's going to be more stable. Okay. And again, you're already riding 21, which is like right way over here. This is for somebody who's 5'9" to 6 foot, a step outside of their comfort zone. So you going down to a 20.75 will give you the benefits of having a frame that's easier for you to control, but it's still going to be big enough where it feels snappy and it feels responsive. Um, does that help? I hope that answers your question. That's kind of a long answer, but I think it answered it. I don't know. Let me know. Matt X says, Matt, you're a drummer? That's a cool profile picture, Matt. I recently got your bike suggestion with a $500 limit, and I mostly ride street. I'm also just getting back into it at 34. Looking at your suggestions, I was thinking of throwing out the extra 100 and what? Oh, and getting the kink switch. What do you think? Um, so Matt, I'm pretty sure if I remember, you got the whip was on there, right? Because the whip would be right at 500. Um, and to be completely honest, right now, as you guys notice, there's a hair on here. As you guys notice, I've been running through all of the bike reviews, and reviewing Kink's line again, just in a new format. Also, what do you guys think about that? The new reviews. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the Kink whip and the Kink switch. And I think ultimately my thought process there is the Kink switch isn't much better quality than the Kink whip, all things considered. Like there's a teeny tiny bit of quality improvements here and there, but the biggest difference is that you're going to be getting the free coaster and the 20.75 inch top tube. So if you're at that size, like 5'9" to 5'6" that we were just talking about, where 20.75 is right for you, and you really want a free coaster, then it'd be a no-brainer to go from the whip to go to the switch. But if you're thinking about spending that extra 100 on the switch just for extra quality, just know they both score 6.9 on quality, and they're really not, like the whip's not better than the switch, and the switch is not better than the whip. You're paying that extra $100 basically for the free coaster. So that's kind of my thought on the switch. I think the switch is a great bike, and it's the next best bike with a free coaster aside from the Kink Gap free coaster. So I think it's the most affordable full chromoly bike with a free coaster, because the Gap is only tri-moly. But again, so like I said, if you're thinking about spending the extra 100 just to get a better quality bike, it's not actually better quality. You're just getting the free coaster, you're getting the 20.75 inch top tube, and the chainstay is actually shorter. The whip is a 13.2 and the switch is a 12.75. So the switch is going to be a lot more snappy and responsive. You can see on the app and the scores how it scores better. The switch is going to score better in park than the whip. The whip's going to score better in dirt. So you need to take all of that into consideration. Just again, I don't want you to throw that extra $100 out there thinking that it's getting a better quality bike. It's just a different bike. So I'd say it's the same quality, but there's not a whole lot of quality benefits from it. There's other benefits, but not quality benefits. David Dennis, what's up, David? How you doing, man? Also, Matt, I guarantee you, if everyone in here put their age in the chat, you will not be alone. I promise you that. Lucas is probably the youngest in here, maybe just that channel. But dude, most of the guys here are over 30, getting back into the sport just like you. We have a great community of riders that are doing just that. So if you have any questions, feel free to connect with these guys on Instagram or however you guys all want to connect. And we got this community of 30 plus guys getting back into the sport, and it's really rad. Sorry guys, you hear me? I'm all congested still. I told you last week I was kind of sick, and I'm not sick now. I'm just like, maybe I am sick. I don't know. I haven't been able to taste or smell anything all week. Just kidding. That's what I cough. Like if I'm around my mom, if I go hang out with her in Arizona, I'll cough and she'll look at me. I'm like, oh, it's the weirdest thing. I haven't been able to smell anything all week. And she's like, do you have COVID? Well, no, I'm just messing with you, Mom. I've never lost my smell or my taste. Now, granted, my smell's never been that good, but anyway, off topic. We're off topic here. Derek, what's up, Derek? Guys, this is Derek's first time on the live, so let's say welcome to Derek. What's up, Derek? Thanks for coming and hanging out on the live, man. It's awesome. It's always good to have new people on here. Anyway, he says, he's wondering what I think about Fly BMX, and I think that they're pretty fly. Does that make sound for you guys or no? I forgot that this thing has a sound pad. You gotta tell me real quick if that made sound or not. Quick while I'm looking at the chat. Did you guys hear the wah 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 or no? Am I crazy? I feel like you heard it because it's linked up to that. Okay, good. What's up, Blue? Thank you, Blue. Thank you for the answer. So anyway, what do I think about Fly BMX? I think Fly BMX actually, on my build that I'm talking about, the new bike, I'm gonna get Fly rims. I haven't rode a lot of Fly parts, but this is kind of my thoughts on their complete bikes, is that the Proton's kind of iffy in terms of like value. anything better than the Proton is a good bike, but it's also very expensive. So if you're going to spend the $800 for a Fly Scion, it's going to be a really good bike. Just know that that's really expensive. The Proton is kind of, like I said, it's kind of iffy because it is full chromoly, but it's not as high quality as the Omega and the Scion and those bikes. But when you go lower than the Proton, I genuinely think that they're a ripoff. I think the Neutron, I think the Electron, I think they're very overpriced for what you get. You're not getting a good quality bike, and they're pretty expensive. So if we're talking complete bikes, higher quality bikes than the Proton are good. Lower quality bikes than the Proton are bad. That's my God, I hate that. That's my 5 cents on it. Sorry for the stuffy nose. Okay. I'm just going through. I lost my spot on the comments, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Flatto Dude, what PSI do you prefer? Um, I prefer, I mean, personally, I ride 80 PSI. I don't really change it much unless I leave my bike in my car for a long time and then um, have to ride it without a pump. And anyway, 80 PSI has been the best for me because it's pretty hard. You don't have a lot of rolling resistance, but it's not so hard to where it hurts your wrist. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I ride 80 PSI. I used to ride 60, but what I noticed when you guys pump up your tires more, your bike holds speed better. So if you're, let's say you're cruising at 10 miles an hour, you're going to stay cruising at 10 miles an hour for a longer time than you do when your tires are at 40 because the tires spread out over the concrete and they just absorb that speed more. So I ride 80 because it's a good balance for riding bulls. You don't lose your speed, but it's also not too hard. Okay, Justice BMX. I am trying to learn bar spins, but I can't commit to throwing them. Any tips? My first tip would be to commit. And that's all. There we go, moving. But yeah, no, really, almost everyone struggled with that, and the people who haven't are the people that people watch and just are mind blown by. I would try bar spins, and I would throw them, but I wouldn't commit to catching them, and it was a very long time before I actually started to commit and catch them. It's just something you're going to have to overcome. You're going to have to figure out. You've got to you've got to try it and just throw it. That's I wish there was more advice, but really, like, you're not committing, so you need to commit. It's that simple. You know what's wrong. Once you do it, once you commit, then you can pick apart what's actually wrong, because I'm sure even if you commit, you're not going to land it first try. There's going to be something wrong that you're doing, and you can adjust it from there. But when you're not committing it, you're not even trying the trick yet, and you got to try the trick, man. Targaki was in the last live. What's up, man? How you doing? Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, period, question, 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 question. Says, what's a very responsive BMX bike for a small person? Um, okay, I'm gonna have to send you this. Oh, for a street BMX bike, um, because just fill this out, exclamation point, question mark, period. Just fill this out so that I can send you a recommendation. And because I need to know what your budget is, I need to know what your height is. Are you under 410? So you're going to need an 18-inch bike. Are you over 410? So you need a 20-inch. Like, I need to know a lot more information. So fill out that link. It's going to take you to a form. You put in your name, your budget. You can put in a fake name if you want. I don't really care. But it's really hard to give you a good recommendation without knowing your budget, your height, your skill level, things like that. So throw that in there. I gotta scroll back up to the comments here. Jared saying, how much difference will I feel going from 50 millimeter to 48 millimeter reach on the stem? Same rise. I don't think you'll feel very much at all, especially just 2 millimeters. Theoretically, having those, that stem is going to make it closer. So the rotation is going to be a tighter circle. So bar spins will be easier. And the front end is going to feel a little bit more responsive to turning. But with 2 millimeters, I don't think it'll be that big of a difference. Maybe you'll feel it a teeny tiny bit, but probably not much. I'm going to switch out on the new bike that S&M that S&M stem. I'm gonna put on a Sunday Freeze stem because I really like the Sunday Freeze stem, and it's also a 48 millimeter, and I think that's a 52. So it's gonna be a 4 millimeter difference, and then I will let you know what how it feels. Dirty little frog. I'm used to riding mountain bikes and I'm used to generally bigger bikes. I just ordered the XL Kink Whip. Was this a good option? Yes, I think so. I always tell people it's the same thing with Sigma's question earlier, where he's already riding a 21. So going down to a 20.5 will feel pretty drastic. With a mountain bike, top tube sizes I don't think are that big, but there's a lot of wheelbase, right? Because the wheels are bigger and things like that. So a 21-inch top tube is going to give you a bigger wheelbase on your BMX bike, and that's going to make it feel closer to how the mountain bike felt anyway. And yeah, so I think that was a good, I mean, depending on your size. If you're 4 foot, no, that was a terrible choice. That was very bad idea. But if you're, mid fives, then that's fine. Even though 21's technically too big for you, you're used to riding a bigger bike, that's going to be fine. And the good thing, you can always um, change the stuff out. I just saw a question here. He said, quick question because he's heading out. He might have already headed out. Frank, 11:22. Frank, it's been 10 minutes. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm going to do this real quick, Frank. He says, hello, Douglas. Quick one because I'm heading out. Thank you so much for the recommendation for the Kink Whip XL, a beast of a BMX. I'm sick. Oh, it wasn't a question. Frank, thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy the bike. Send me an email and send me pictures of your bike or something. Like, I always love to see that, man. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. You're welcome. Jordan, I see your question, and it's a really good one. You've got 3 questions before you, and then I'll get to yours, okay? My son and I will be going to Woodward West for a weekend in April. I'll be able to try lots of tricks on the airbag. You're going for a weekend getaway, Victor? Because that's not during summer camp. Dude, I'm really trying, like, so in 2018, I spent all summer at Woodward. In 2019, I spent all summer at Woodward. And then 2020, I didn't. 2021, I didn't. And this year, I would love to do it again, but I worked there way too much. I didn't have time to do anything else, and I want to work less when I go, but I want to stay all summer. I don't know if they'll let me do that, but if I can, I'd love to be there all summer. Victor, you're going to have a great time. Camp is so much fun. The facilities are amazing. The people you're around are amazing. That's awesome, man. That's super exciting. Blicky says, I bought the Sprosoletum based off your score sheet, and I love it so far. I was thinking about adding some aftermarket parts. What are some suggestions? Bars, cranks, sprocket, anything. The Letum's a pretty solid bike, Blicky, and you can one thing I'd probably say would be tires, just because a lot of the tires that come on complete bikes are very heavy and not very good. And tires, you can save a lot of weight by changing them out to decent aftermarket tires, and it's not very expensive. Like, you can shave off a lot of weight on your bike by putting titanium on there, but that's going to cost a lot of money. Tires, you can shave off a lot of weight without spending a ton of money, and that's probably one of the first upgrades I would do. But I'd also say wait a while and figure out what you think you need to change. So if you ride the bike for a little bit and you figure out, oh, my back hurts because I'm bent over all the time. Like, okay, cool. Upgrade to some taller bars, right? If you're trying crank flips, but your pedals don't grip on your feet very good, then okay, I'm going to upgrade my pedals now. You know what I mean? So to me, it's always important to wait on the upgrades because you never know what you're going to want until you know what you want, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the first thing I would change would be tires just for weight, and then anything else after that, I would hold off until you figure out what you need to change. Okay, Jordan says, are there any legit completes for trails, like something with less than a 75-degree head tube angle and longer back end, or do you just have to get a frame and build it up? Okay, Jordan. Oh man, I've been waiting for a good question like this that I can answer this. We're gonna pull up the app, okay? Because there is, and the first bike that comes to mind is the Fit Trail. Now, I don't really love the Fit Trail. I think it's kind of overpriced, but I did hear from a Instagram birdie that Fit's 2023 bikes are coming out within the next week. So you'll see 2021 Fit bikes are discounted and 2023s are coming out very soon. And that's pretty exciting, I think. Their line in 2020 was decent. Their line in 2021 sucked. No, no, no. Oh my God. I don't think they had 2021. I think it was their line in 19 was decent. Their line in 2020 sucked. And then they haven't had a new re up until finally now they're doing that. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is we're going to pull up the Duckster Bob app. Okay. And here we go. Let's put me over here. Okay. Um, and what we're going to do is we're going to just search for dirt score, okay, between let's say 7 and 10. And so the Fit Trail is the first one that comes up. The thing is the quality score is really low, but it scores 7.4 in dirt. And the reason for that is that longer chainstay. And it also has different the sprocket in the front's bigger, which is accustomed to dirt riding. So if we look up Fit Trail, and I'll read off the specs to you because it does have a mellow head tube angle. I think it's 74.5, and it has a longer chainstay. So geometry 74.5 head tube angle. Here, I'll put this on screen too. If I was prepared, I could get this done a lot quicker. Okay. Fit Trail, here we go. So 74.5 head tube angle, okay. And then 32 sprocket. So it's 39, I'm pretty sure. And then it has 33 millimeter offset forks, which push that. So, God, that's so annoying. I talk and then like, ugh. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, the 74.5-degree head tube angle pushes the front tire out like that. And then the 33 millimeter offset pushes it off even farther. And so yeah, anyway, it's got a double wall rim in the back, but a single wall rim in the front. It's tri-molly. It's not quality wise, it's not super amazing, but that is a bike that fits exactly what you're describing. Oh, what's the back end? I don't know if they tell us the back end, honestly. They did at one point, and then all the information was gone. And luckily, I have it when I first did the review in like 2020 on my site. But anyway, um, next we've got the fly bikes. They're not particularly, they don't have that mellow head tube angle, but they do have bigger geometries. And the Haro SD is a big one. But there's one more, one of the We the Peoples, the the Revolver scores a 10 in dirt, and that's literally the best dirt specific bike that you can get. And so let's see, We the People Revolver. We'll pull up the specs for the Revolver also, just to just to show you why this is an amazing dirt specific bike. Oh, hello. Okay. Geometry. This is what we want. We want geometry. So it's got a 74.85 head tube angle. It's not quite 74.5, but it's a little bit more mellow. And it has the 11.4 bottom bracket height. That's a low bottom bracket height. Most are around 11.5 or 11.6. So and then 13.4 chainstay. Very, very long chainstay. The forks are probably 30. And this thing's full chromoly. It's like the Fit Trail on steroids. It's just extra high quality compared to the Trail. Still got a really good dirt specific score, but it also costs $1 million more. It's a lot more expensive. But anyway, those are the two big dirt specific ones that I would say that kind of describe what that fit what you're describing. There we go. I'm just looking for some good questions here. Blue made it to another live. That's awesome, Blue. Matt was looking at the chainstay because he wanted a shorter one. Okay, yeah. So see, and that's perfect because the switch, like I said, 12.75 chainstay. The kink whip, 13.2. That's going to give you that responsive back end, and you're going to get a free coaster with it and pegs. I forgot to mention you get pegs with it also. So that's pretty solid. Saharsh. How do you say that? Saharsh. What's up, Saharsh? Welcome to the live stream. How's it going in India? What's new? What's going on this weekend? We asked Noog what's going on in Germany. So Saharsh, you got to tell us what's going on in India. That's really cool, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out on the live stream. FM for 5 says, what's up? Would like to congratulate you on the app. Thank you. I would like to congratulate you on your on your bike. FM for 5 sent me a message on Instagram, and I just opened it before the live and saw I didn't reply. I will reply. Hold on. I'm dying. I'm sorry. That's gross. Anyway, FM for 5 sent me a message on Instagram doing a trick. If I wasn't recording on my phone, I would show everyone this clip. He did a 360. It was pretty sick. I wasn't expecting it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that sound was loud. You guys, oh, it's turned up all the way. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, what sound? But anyway, FM for 5 sent me a message on Instagram, and he did a 360. It was really sick. That's so funny. I'm sorry, guys. I had the sound pad turned up to like a 10. Is that clapping? There's some laughing. I hope it's less loud now. I'm sorry, guys. I blew out your eardrums. Oh, this is guys. So we had Derek's first time on the live stream and Matthias's first time on the live stream and Sahar. So we got to also say welcome. Hold on, welcome, Matthias. And like I don't know why I'm typing this because you guys they see me here saying welcome, but you know we're gonna type it. It's that extra effort that makes the Dougster Bob way. Um, Lucas, that's an interesting question. That makes the Dougster Bob way so special. But guys, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out on the live stream. I really, really do. Oh, Mitch, I see your question. I really like your question, but I'm going to scroll up and make sure, guys. If you're new here, the way I do these is that I just pretty much take this time and go one question at a time, and like I don't skip around because I feel like you guys should be able to get um, answers to your questions. If you commented on Anthony Panza's YouTube video, you might not get any answers, and I want to give you an hour of my day to give you those answers. So the way I do it is one at a time, and if it feels like I'm skipping your question, probably chances are I'm way up here in comments and your guys' questions way down here. So just hang tight. I will get there in a minute. But I gotta scroll way up. I think too loud. Okay, good. Good. You guys are telling me how loud it was. Blew out your eardrums. To me, that's kind of funny because it wasn't me. But if it was me, I'd be pretty upset. You know what I mean? Jared's eating In and Out in his car, just chilling. I love it. Dude, I haven't had In and Out. Even last time I was over there, I didn't have In and Out. What is up, Brian? Brian from the BMX group, BMX Sickness, is in the house. You guys, actually, if any of you guys are in here and not in the group, it is a great community for you riders that are getting back into the sport. Like we had a few of you guys here getting back into it. This is a great group because Brian and Brett, what's his name? Brett Durbin. They do a super good job keeping out the nonsense, which is really hard to do, but they do a really good job. And it's a great group. BMX Sickness. Here, I'm gonna type it in here. Oh, that's Instagram. Hold on. I'm gonna send this because you guys need this in your life. There's 35,000 other BMX riders just like you. Okay, now I gotta scroll back up. Brian, I'm glad you're liking your Bone Death. You always have some super unique builds. It's pretty cool. Okay, wait. There was another good question, and I gotta find it now because it was a good question. Okay, Pixel and Destiny. Hi, in my area, the We the People Reason and Justice cost the same, $600. So the choice is basically free coaster versus cassette. Pure? Does it come down purely to preference? I don't think so. If I remember right, again, you guys would be impressed with my knowledge off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure that Justice is not full chromoly. Now I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. And what I'm trying to figure out is how to make this app so I can compare side by side. I am not that smart, but we're going to pull it up. We're going to look at the two, just the quality scores, because like I said, I'm pretty sure the Justice score is a little bit lower on quality. Yeah, okay, so the Justice is 5.2. The Reason is 6.8. Um, again, this is the app you guys can get on your phones now too. I have it on my desktop because I can. The Justice has a cassette, good, and the frame is tri-moly. Okay, so that means the front triangle is full chromoly, but the back end's high tensile steel. The forks are full chromoly, the bars are full chromoly, and the rim quality is a single wall rim in the front, double wall rim in back. Okay, and so that's pretty much the difference there in quality. Now, yeah, if price is the same, you should go with the Reason. Unless for some reason you really want a free coaster and you're not concerned about that frame lasting a super long time, because free coaster, it has 2 pegs and 4 hub guards. The Justice doesn't have any pegs. Okay, pegs, none. And anyway, full chromoly frame, full chromoly forks, full chromoly bars, but it does have the single wall rim in front, double wall rim in back. So that's the difference. The Reason is a better bike, and it has a free coaster. So I'd say, if you had the option and they're the same price, go with the Reason. If for some reason you hate free coasters and you don't want to do that, well, go with the Justice. Just know it's not the same quality as the Reason. Derek got the recommendation. He's 5'7", and the kink whip Cult control. I'm leaning towards the whip because of the double wall rims, but I do like the raw frame on the Cult. Derek, to be honest, the Colt Control is it has a double wall rim in the back, single wall rim in the front. So it's very very close in quality to the Kink Whip, and I was really surprised by it because my previous reviews I kind of slept on it, and then I realized I was like, wait a minute, this is like the same quality and price as the Kink Whip. The only thing it's missing is the double wall rim in front. So if you like the Raw more, then like I said, it's pretty similar. Now it's also a 20.75-inch top tube, where the Kink Whip is 20.5 or 21 if you get the XL. And so I'd say the 20.75 might actually be better for you. Um, but anyway, it's very similar. Getting a double wall rim in the front would cost you maybe $120 max, and you won't need it right away. The cool thing about front rims is, so like my wheel, like I said, 30 of the 36 spokes up there are titanium, and I've had them for years. And the front wheel doesn't take very much abuse. To be honest, you can get by with a single wall front rim for a pretty long time before you need to think about replacing it. It's just always good to have a double wall if you can, and where it's the same price, like that's great. But if you like the color more, you're not what I if you were saying, "Oh my God, I love the Colt Access," which is a full high tensile steel, it's not even close quality of the whip. If you're like, "Oh, I love the color of the Colt Access," and I'd say, "Well, too bad. Like, deal with it and get the Kink Whip because buying the Access would be silly." But where the Colt Control and the Kink Whip are so similar, it's not really a big deal. Okay, Mitch. Oh, what's up, Mitch? Hey, Mitch. Mitch is our bike school guy, I think. Mitch says, curious what you think about lack of BMX shops in the US these days. Seem we have skate shops everywhere, but no one carries BMX anymore. I think it's hard to say because, like, I'm in the industry in a sense and ultimately want to own a bike shop. One day, that's kind of like my dream, is to pivot this into a bike shop. But I think we have a problem in BMX, is that, let's say the guys who rode BMX professionally or semi-professionally in the early 2000s or the 90s are the guys now that own the BMX shops. Okay, for the most part, most people that own BMX shops actually rode BMX. They rode semi-professionally. They didn't actually go anywhere with the sport per se, and so they opened up a bike shop. Okay, and that's great because everyone's dream, if you can't, you should stay with something that you're passionate about, regardless. Okay, and so if you're super passionate about BMX and you can't ride professionally and stay in the sport that way, becoming a merchant in the sport is like a thing. That's what I'm not good enough to go pro, so I'm like, well, I'm going to make content about BMX and stay in the sport, and so that's what I'm doing. And so anyway, what I'm getting at is these guys that own the bike shops now, they feel really entitled. And in my opinion, they think that because they rode BMX, because they own a bike shop, people should support them. And what they don't realize is, like, in capitalism and in where we're at right now, is that that's great and people should support them, but understand there's tons of people like them and some are going to be much better than others. And so you look at something like, say Source or Dance Comp, who are just absolutely killing the game right now because they jumped on e-commerce and they built up such a strong e-commerce presence. The guy that owns the bike shop, who decides to open at noon and work until 5, thinks that that's unfair, and it's not. The they don't, they're not entitled to have that business if they can't compete with the bike shops that are dominating the market. And I think e-commerce, like, I think BMX economy is like 10-15 years behind what the normal economy is. Like, if you look at the way Amazon's operating right now, BMX is one of the few that's still like a core brick and mortar shop and stuff like that. Brick and mortar shop structure, everything like that. And it shouldn't be. I think that's way behind. But you have the old guys who think that people should drive all the way down to their shop, pay crazy prices for repairs and stuff like that when you can learn it on YouTube and buy the parts from them. And this is what happens usually when you go to a shop is you say, I want these handlebars. They say, cool, we'll order them from you or we'll order them for you. And then they order the parts just like you could have done. And for some reason they think they should still be in business because of that. And I don't know. I think it's silly. So anyway, I think the lack of BMX shops comes from a bad mindset and resistance to change. And it's just something that happens. Like we're still able to get BMX parts, even if there's not any bike shops. And maybe I'm insensitive to the subject because I've never had a local bike shop. We have 2 bike shops here. One owner is a dick and they don't carry BMX. The other one doesn't carry BMX either. And so I've never had that real close connection to a shop. But I just don't think, I think the smaller shops could have jumped on board and done a lot more with e-commerce. I mean, Stacked is a prime example of that. Like Larry, the owner's probably 40s and rode semi-professionally, very similar. And he owns Stacked in Riverside. And he's done, as much as I don't like Stacked, he's done a very good job at jumping on the e-commerce train, and he's building up a pretty good presence with that. And so I think he's probably going to stick around a lot better than some of these other shops that'll eventually get killed off by the bigger shops that are doing what they need to do. So anyway, that's kind of my take on it. I don't think it hurts BMX so much, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but I just think it's caused by a bad attitude, and it's kind of too late for that. I think new shops will pop up, but they'll be more on the e-commerce side of things. And yeah, and if we switched over, say distributors allowed shops to sell on Amazon. If you cut out distributors, shops would have better profit margins and you could sell on Amazon. You could afford the Amazon fees and still make your profit. Now it'd put distributors out, but what it would do for the customer is that we could get our parts, say with Prime, right? So then we don't have to wait five days for something, and we get it with Prime. And at the cost of a handful of people going out of business, people that just distribute parts and kind of take from us, like we don't have any contact with the main brand, stay in business, the shop stay in business. We move to that model, and us, the riders, get a much better experience because of it. But there's people that I'm actually listening to a Sam Walton's biography, and he's talking about how they changed the model and a lot of people hated it. And he said, but people think that people just want a cut of something no matter what. And it's kind of the same way in the bike industry. I think that they say the distributors feel like they deserve 15 to 20% just to distribute these bikes to different shops. So the shops could just get it from manufacturer. It's not, anyway, big, long tangent. Good question. I love talking about stuff like that. It might be boring to a lot of people, but I really like that thought that it provokes, because I do think BMX is way behind. Mitch, hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're feeling better. Oh no, guys, it's noon. It is noon. But we got lots of questions. I mean, not a lot. We still got some questions. I'm gonna rip through these questions, and I'm just reading here to find some good questions. Okay. Blue Turf says, I'm trying to learn foot jam tail whips, and I can do them somewhat by just putting my foot over the frame and then doing the jam, but I want to do it properly. How do I do the foot jam part better? Blue, this is a really hard trick, to be honest. Like for a lot of people, the foot jam whip's not hard because they do it like you're describing. You take your foot over, you put it in there, and you kick it around. And that's good. That's a good way to learn that part of it. But actually, like doing it properly, you've got to compress your body, throw your weight forward to pop up into the front wheel. And while you're throwing your weight forward, you swing your foot up and then you kick it around with your back foot and put your front foot in there. It's very complicated actually to do it on flat ground or to do it on a quarter, but it just takes that practice of popping your back wheel up and then swinging your foot over. And I guess to get to that point, you've got to be able to just pop your front wheel up, maybe work on nose manuals and picking up your pop your back wheel up like that. Lucas says, does anyone else's fingernails grow way faster on one hand? I can't say that I've noticed that. I don't know. Am I the only one? Do other people's fingernails do that, or am I the only one? What's up, Lewis? Lewis, you're a little late today, man. You're a little late. I'm disappointed. Oh, Lucas had to go. We'll see you later, Lucas. EJ1 is 6 foot, 190 pounds. He went crazy and got the Sunday Soundwave. Did he do good, everybody? Yeah, you did good. That's the Soundwave and the Envy are probably the two best bikes you could buy. And the Soundwave is a very good bike, and it's fits you good. You're 6 foot. It's 21-inch top tube. You're gonna have to let me know next live, EJ. Do you have it already? If you do have it, how do you like it? If you don't have it, come back next week and let me know if you like it or how you like it. Stuart says money is running a skate park and having the shop on the side. And there's not very much of that in the US. Source is the big one that does that. But well, I guess Ramp World has a shop. Most indoor parks over there do have a shop. Here we don't, I don't know, we don't really have that. But in the UK, I imagine that's a lot bigger than it is here. Yeah, Jared, you are lucky. Randy gives so much back to the community and to BMX. If you guys are in Phoenix, check out Unity. That's the bike shop that Jared's talking about. They put on jams, they host events. They had one of the riders at some jam got really hurt, and they gave away something. They were doing a raffle for him, and it's really cool. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man? And you are welcome, Blue, for answering your question. Guys, we are at the, how does that happen? It times that out perfectly. Um, at about noon, after an hour, we run out of questions, and that's pretty sick. So, anyway, guys, it's been a really fun live. And yeah, Jared, if I make it over there, I'll shoot you a message on Facebook, and we can ride with the kiddos. That'd be really fun. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Thomas is another bike school member. He does lots of fakies. I shouted him out last live, but his wrists are messed up. Um, he got the cortisone shots. Dang, dude. Hope you heal up fast, man. But yeah, okay, guys, that is it for the live. We will see you next week. I've got a lot of cool videos coming out in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. And get the app, download the app, and let me know what you think about it. You guys enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, learn some new tricks.